Feeling like you're too big for the life you're living? Like you've tried your hardest to fit into your life, but you're uncomfortable because it's not the right size? Like a pair of jeans that are a size or two too small? Hiding the potential swelling in you because you sense the immensity and that terrifies you? Afraid of standing out any more than you already do because you don't want to make a fool of yourself? Do you have dreams you feel you just can't birth into this world because you're not good enough, so you just make do with your little corner of the pie? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you may be playing small. The good news is you can stop playing small and live the full, glorious expression of your truest self when you're ready. Greetings. My name is Dawn from Project Liberate, where I'm concerned with all things that have to do with liberation. This is video number 22, part 1. Please look at my previous videos and build your life fitness if you too want liberation. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share if you find the content in this video valuable. Playing small means that our actions are motivated by our fears, insecurities, and low self-worth, according to the Cambridge Dictionary. The phrase playing small appears to be coined by Nelson Mandela. He states, "There is no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living." Marianne Williamson further popularized the phrase in her poem, Our Deepest Fear. She writes, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightening about shrinking so that other people won't feel unsure around you. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us." You can pause right here and think about this one. What are they saying? Living a stunted life where we do not fully express our innate greatness and divinity is a life not fully lived. Have you explored or pursued your extraordinary ideas to the hilt? Do you say what needs to be said, what you want to say? Are you doing all that you want to do the way you want to do it? Do you feel delighted at the day's end because you tasted all the delights in life you could? Are you making the impact in this world your soul is aching to make? Are you living fully, out loud, and unapologetically? Or do you feel suffocated by the small life you climbed into to avoid being seen, heard, or misunderstood? Are you playing full out or playing small? No one knows like you know. And let's be clear, you can keep playing how you've been playing, but if you want a life that feels robust, enlivening, expansive, and sumptuous, you can have that instead. I always want to be clear that I'm aware this topic and any topic I cover in any given video does not apply to everyone. I'm speaking directly to those who resonate with what I'm talking about. If you're a parent who for whatever reason has been playing small, please consider how modeling and perhaps even teaching playing small will affect your child's life. Do you want that for them? I can't imagine any of us do. So it is essential that we intentionally teach our child or children to live fully as their true divine selves. And this starts with us doing the same because, as we know, we lead by example. Also, I don't want to offend anyone who finds themselves in a less than ideal situation or life condition. If what I'm saying rings true for you, there's always a way out. It might take a little time to figure out how to change or shift things, but the old saying, where there's a will, there's a way, is true. If you want something to be different, make it known, acknowledge it for yourself. Honestly, there are innumerous reasons why we go from being big and bright to shrinking, contracting, and playing small. As children, our lights shine big and bright before dimming under the crushing hill of our experiences. I can remember someone very important in my life saying to me that I walked too hard, that I made too big of movements with my body, and that I talked too loud. I realized that this dear person thought she was helping me, but she was clipping my wings. I interpreted this as me being too much. I took what she said to heart and began shrinking because clearly being too much wasn't acceptable. This was the beginning of me being overly restrained and self-censoring, the opposite of being liberated. Then the big ideas I had about life were squashed, as I explained in my last video, which further neutered me along with various other life experiences. As a Black woman, being expressive has always been demeaned and considered to be too much. Plus, you learn to avoid any negative attention as a Black person. So I just began to recede further and further, disappearing into the background, making sure not to attract any attention. None of the experiences I just shared scream playful out. Be your true, authentic self. Just the opposite. Instead, they've cultivated a split, a duality. There's the person one innately is, the dreamer, the messy learner, the expressive, communicative one, the creative one who doesn't know anything about a box, the free thinker, the blessed weirdo, and then there's the one who is relatively acceptable in the world, who is quiet enough, who doesn't take up too much space, who doesn't challenge the status quo, who speaks when being spoken to, does things just as they should be done. I was at risk of becoming a translucent person, one barely here at all. But in my case, I felt uncomfortable for years as my soul yearned to express its totality and shine its immeasurable light into the world. Thankfully, I felt tortured instead of complacent. My discontent was a blessing. I've been longing for liberation. For years, my two selves, the authentic, free, wild one, and the acceptable, super muted, controlled, practically joyless character, wrestled for the first place position in which I pour all my energy. But just like a child caught between two languages, the one they know and the one they're trying to acquire, I was caught between the two me's. This led to years of discomfort because I'd been living a facsimile of a normal person. But my free, authentic, wild self would not give up. She would not let me comfortably live that small, safe, cramped, practically joyless life in peace. I felt pulled between the two me's, fragmented and somewhat tortured. I was neither fully here nor fully there. I did not fully occupy the facsimile life, and I certainly wasn't fully occupying my boxless, authentic life. I played small in an attempt to accept the smallest portion of the pie, but that's not what I told myself. After all, I was the first person in my primary family to graduate from college. I had a professional job doing great work, so why wasn't I satisfied? I endlessly compared myself to others doing good work. What's wrong with me that I just don't seem to be comfortable in this life I'm living? I tried as hard as a person could to accept that life that was too small for me. I never heard of playing small, but I knew who I truly am was straining against the life I was trying so hard to swallow. I always felt frustrated, agitated, like an outsider, like an imposter. I truly thought I was severely flawed because something inside of me said that there was more for me in this life. And like a pit bull, it just wouldn't let go of me. From the time I was a young woman, I was also wearing a carefully crafted mask to protect myself in what can be a cruel world as a grandmother's child, as a young single mother, as a transient kid, a Black woman, a light-skinned Black woman, a woman. The mask had been a safer way to navigate the world. I'll do another video addressing mask. The me I presented to the world, that super controlled one, used the mask to avoid showing my true self to the world. From behind my mask, I was cordial, but I made sure to play my cards close to my vest and keep my private life private and remain impenetrable. The mask served its purpose in protecting me as a Black woman in an often hostile world, but it also was a tool for playing small, because the more you hide, the less you shine. The more you hide, the harder it is to find yourself. After decades of wrestling with these two selves, my authentic self and the acceptable character, my truest self has emerged as the victor. I simply could not stand the tug of war I had been experiencing. I had to say yes to the call to expand. This yes is finally causing things to shift. It's taken a long time to get here, but I'm here and I'm ready to play grand. How do we break out of playing small? Please follow me to my next video where I'll share what we can do to bust out of this pattern of playing small and instead live a fuller expression of our truest self. This video is running long, so it'll work better if I continue with a part 2. See you real soon. Remember, you are the light of the world. That's why you're here. That's your only function. I am the light of the world. That's why I'm here. That's my only function. May you be well. May you be happy. This has been a 721 Yellow Banana production. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share if you found the content in this video valuable. Most appreciated. Project Liberate. Let's get liberated.